Hallo alle zusammen. Montagabend und heute darf ich euch zu einem ganz besonderen Livestream begrüßen. Ich freue mich sehr darauf. Wir werden heute live für euch einen Whisky blenden und nehmen euch mit, zeigen euch, wie das alles funktioniert. Und for this, I would like to welcome Louise from JJ Corry. It's great to have you on the stream tonight. Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry we can't do this in person like we usually do, but yeah. I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah. So the normal way would be, I would be over in Ireland. We would go through your Rackhouse, would see what casks are fine, and then we would choose those casks and would do the blending. So this time we figured out a new way. And I am really excited what will happen tonight, what we will do. And maybe we should say hello to some people because we have already viewers here. There's Alex. Alex is new in Irish Whiskey since the beginning of this year, and it's his first blending session. So Sabine is here. I think Andreas maybe also.
Hi, Sabine.
Flipsy. Thomas, hi. Kevin, looking forward. There is a Neve. Hi, Neve. Michael, hello. I thought we got Tina. Oh, Stefan from the Rhön. You know him?
No, Stefan, yes.
Yeah. Good evening, ladies from Belgium. So, hello, everybody. So, maybe we should start explaining a bit what we will do, and then we can start.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll give a bit of an introduction. So obviously this is a very rare bottle. This is one of the only ones in existence, I think. So this is Bonder's Blend number 2. And this was the first Bonder's Blend we ever did, even though it says number 2 on it. And we did it with Marika first. And I always wanted to do these because in the time of JJ Corry, he would have done these kind of blends for special customers. So he would have had a very special customer in our local town of Kilrush, and he would have put like maybe a few gallons together for that customer, you know, and they had a blend that was specific to their household. So I always wanted to do that, and Marika, you were the first person we did that for. And it's a very practical process. Normally what we do is Marika would say the kind of whiskey that she's looking for, the general flavor profile. And what we will then do is go into the Rackhouse usually and taste about 10 or 15 casks, maybe a few less, but about that.
Yeah.
And we'll do that on the first day. And then we'll start to kind of blend around a little and eliminate casks. And then normally we come back the second day and we start to really drill down into the detail of the blend. And then it takes about 2 days, and then we land on the blend and we work on the ABV of it. So this time, what we did instead was Marika said generally the style that she was looking for. So we pulled a number of cask samples and sent them to Germany. So 3 of those casks are behind me, and then 1 is off camera here. So we've got 3 2006 casks and 1 1991 cask, which is over there, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the goal of today really is to number 1 is to kind of figure out what's the heart of the blend, like what's the core of the blend, and what are we going to build around that, and just do a bit of a tasting together to kind of agree on that, and then we'll try to get the ratios of the blend figured out while we're online here.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this. So I have lots of classes here. I have my little measurement. Everybody who was at the Rhön 2 years ago knows how you have to use that. So I will use it at home tonight, and really looking forward to creating Bonder's Blend number 4. Yeah. So shall we start?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna step away from the camera for a second and just open some casks because we can't do anything until we open casks, really.
Yeah.
So, can you hear me, Micah?
Yeah, that's fine. We can also see you a bit. I put you big on the screen now so everybody can see what you are doing. So vanilla ice sounds very good.
That's one.
Yep. Und das ist schwere Arbeit, die Sachen da rauszubekommen. Yeah. So I think we are all a bit jealous now because we would like to have this good, smell now.
Yeah, so if you notice that the second cask I opened, I had to bang it.
Yeah.
And the reason is it's quite pressurized. So sometimes they get quite pressurized depending where they are in the Rackhouse. So you can see on here, see how far in the liquid is gone in the bung?
Yeah.
So there's been quite a bit of pressure in that cask. So sometimes they kind of swell up and the bung gets stuck. So you have to bang, they call it flogging. You have to bang around the bung and it loosens it up a little bit and it makes it easier to open. So we always do this by hand here, and we use our bung puller, really simple piece of kit. Some people use you can get like pneumatic things and things like that, but we tend to do everything by hand because we're still very small, so it's possible to do that. So we have 3 2006 casks here. I'll just post some samples from each. I already opened one just before we started, so that's why I've only opened 2 for now. They're very different styles, even though they're all 2006 malt. They're quite different in style. So let me just pull some samples and I'll come back.
Yes. Now you all have to watch how she's pulling the samples. This is the nice job.
Thief. This is it's pretty traditional copper whiskey thief. And I'm just going to pull small samples that we can measure for later.
Yeah. So, Louise, can you hear me?
Say again?
Tina says she thinks that's a great workout.
Do I think what?
Tina says she thinks that's a great workout to open all the casks.
It is, yeah. It's very good. It's good for your forearms like that. It's
yeah.
Really good. Really, really good. Okay, so this is 9839. This is 7386. then 6545. Okay,
so I switch.
Let's start with 9389.
9389. Okay, so at Louise, it looks much better than me. So I poured already in classes because I just have bottles. And Ice Hockey God already says that your samples are looking much better than mine. Maybe he's right.
There's a nice color on this one, 9389.
Yeah, really nice. And what I maybe can show is that I have some wood in my sample. So this is cask sample. This is really, really good. And maybe before we start tasting, we have a question from Alex. He's asking how many liters are in such a cask?
So about 225 to 250, it depends. But when they're initially filled, right? So these don't have that much. Like these probably have about 180, 150, maybe a little bit less. So one of the, actually, and 9389, the one you have, the first one that we're tasting, that only has about 60 or 70 liters in it. And the reason is, when we do Bonders blends, like this one, we partially disgorge casks. So what we're looking for when we're doing something like this is little pieces of flavor, just tiny elements of flavor. So we don't just take a 2006 cask and empty it. We'll take a few liters from each. Like, I think this is only going to be 90 bottles. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this will be like of 500 milliliter bottles. So it'll be like, 45 liters or something in total. So, so our casks sometimes have little bits left in them, and like that one, for example, because they're all individual bits of flavor rather than casks.
Yeah, yeah. So we have also Larry Mazuoka from America watching.
Yeah, hi Larry.
He said it's perfect timing because he is on his lunch break now. Very good. Okay,
Larry,
so let's
great friend of JJ Corry in California.
I know.
All right, let me just get the ABV of this just so we know as well.
Yeah.
So we're not usually very high tech at JJ Corry, but the one thing that I rely on in technology is for ABV, basically, because it's really complicated to use hydrometers, and I'm very bad at math. So this machine, it will take the temperature, density, and ultimately the ABV of the liquid. So by just a click of a button, basically. So this is about 55. Hang on.
Yep.
Yeah, about 55% out of the cask. And they'll all be around that at this age.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to have a taste? You want to tell me what you think on the nose?
I really like the nose. It's very fruity.
Very fruity. Big dark fruits, I think.
Yeah, lots of dark fruit. But I also get some floral notes.
Yeah, there's definitely some delicate sort of summer kind of tones in there as well.
Yeah. It's like, and maybe a bit of caramel from the dark fruit. So it like, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting on the nose because it starts, you're right. It's like, it's got those lovely dark tones, like blackberries and big rich fruits. And then somewhere there's a very delicate kind of floral, almost like wildflower meadow kind of floralness to it.
I really, really like the nose.
Yeah.
So You get again the dark fruits. Lots of fruit.
Lots and lots of fruit.
Yeah. Stefan says, for the viewers, it's like you're learning to swim, not in the water, on the land. So, because nobody has something to drink. But I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do. It's
No.
an instructional video.
Yes. It's just learning for you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really good structure in that. It doesn't seem like it's 55% either. I think
No.
Beautiful round body, mouth feel, very well rounded, very full. Lovely, like you say, those fruit tones definitely come through, and I think it almost then goes to kind of like stewed fruits or like stewed apple kind of towards the end, I think. So a very big, bold cask, definitely.
Yeah, it's I like it. So we definitely need it for the blend. It's, yeah, you can have a very good body with it. So it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and really good mouthfeel as well, I think.
Definitely.
Okay, so next one we'll do is what's next on my line? Yeah, 7368.
7368. Okay.
Yeah. And let me just do the ABV on that.
Okay. So everybody gets jealous. So they are getting thirsty. But you can all grab a JJ Corry, Gail, or Hansen at home, have a taste, and then watch out what we are doing.
Exactly. So this is a little bit higher, 56%, just 1% higher. But they'll all be about that, like I said. So 56% out of the cask.
I really like this.
Yeah, here's our color, a little paler. This one is a little paler, kind of a deep kind of straw kind of color. Lovely golden hues to it, actually.
Yeah. Maybe Louise, maybe for us it's normal, but Alex is asking which whiskey is it and which cask. Maybe we should tell it single malt, and yeah.
So these are all 2006 single malts, and these would have been, kind of originally Bushmills casks way back in the day. And these are all then like mostly second fill bourbon casks. So I would have bought this stock, 5 or 6 years ago, when it was some of the first stock I bought. So we weren't really involved in the casking of these. So what you find from a lot of the malts from that time period is they're normally in second and third and fourth fill bourbon casks. And the good thing about that now is that we don't get massive oak, we don't get anything that's over casked at this age, because the casks were pretty weak, quite frankly, which is why, this is how old is this? This is 16, how old is this?
15.
2006. How many years ago is that?
15 years. 15.
16. No, 15.
15.
Yeah, so it's 15 and it's still quite light, and that's because of that second fill ex-bourbon cask. But
the nose is, I like it. I really like it. It's a bit more nutty.
Very different.
Totally.
We're not in Fruitland at all anymore. We're in kind of more kind of vanilla, burnt sugar kind of flavors, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a little kind of that sort of green apple-y kind of peachy sort of fruit, but it's very far away from those big dark fruits we have.
Yeah, definitely. It's not as oily as the first one, but you have a bit of fruit, you have some wood notes, you have very good cask influence.
Yeah, it's a lot more tannic, it's definitely a lot more tannic. It's a bit crisper. There's almost like that's bringing on those kind of green apples, I think.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, as it goes on, it's sort of like hobnob malted biscuits, vanilla, apple strudel kind of things.
Yeah, definitely.
Towards kind of the end of it.
And it's very long lasting. It's still on the tongue. It's still in the mouth. You have this tickle on the tongue still. So very nice.
Yeah. But isn't it amazing? So different. Same distillery, same year.
Yeah, just another cask.
Different.
This is right. I really like to visit you and blend a whiskey, because a bourbon cask whiskey is not a bourbon cask whiskey. Not every bourbon cask is the same. So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It always amazes me when we do this. I buy these barrels in parcels, and I'll buy. Very often these will be made on the same day, in the same distillery, in the same week, or the same season. And you fast forward 15 or 20 years and they're just completely different. It's amazing.
Yeah. Alex is asking why there is a difference in nose and taste. I think it's, here we are at whiskey. It's not a product which is made in a factory. It's in wood. It's a natural product. So
yeah, so this is where cask influence comes in. Like 15 years ago, nobody was making bad whiskey in Ireland. Everybody, Ireland has made very good whiskey for a very long time. These people know what they're doing. But then you put it in a barrel in a particular place for 15 years, and what's going to take over is the cask influence. And what was in the cask before, the condition of the cask, where it was stored, you're going to see that distillate pull all of those flavors and all of those sugars out of the cask. And this, working with 15-year-olds like this is where you'll really see that. Like, these are basically two completely different whiskeys. Yeah, definitely. You could bottle that and you could bottle that and you'd have a totally different whiskey. Yeah. So it's all really a huge part of it is down to cask influence, and at this point in time, 15 years on. Definitely. So we have one more. One more, yeah. We have, what number is this? 6545. 6545, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the color of this now. Is interesting because it's far darker. Yeah, much darker. Yeah, it's much, hang on, I keep doing that. Yeah. Much darker than the others. Maybe it's kind of hard to see that there. Yeah. So this is, if the others are like pale straw, this is way darker. And again, completely different on the nose, Completely. Yeah. I have lots more spices on the nose. Lots more spice on the nose. Pine as well, a little bit, I guess. Yeah. But also some fruit tones. Yeah. But the more lighter fruits, not these really dark fruits. Yeah, this is a classic kind of JJ Corry peach cask. We use a lot of peachy tones. Yeah. Lychees, peaches. Those softer, hard stone fruits. Yes, that's right. So before we taste, we have, I have a taste. We have one more question. Ooh, loads of pine. Yeah. That's like walking in a forest in autumn when all the pine cones are falling. And then the fruit comes in, those lovely peachy mango things come in, and then there's a bit of ginger, kind of ginger snaps. Yeah, I think also about some almonds. Yeah. Bit of nut. Yeah. Definitely almonds towards the end. Definitely almonds towards the end. Yeah. Really nice. The question was if all the bourbon casks are from the same bourbon distillery in America. No, they're not. Sometimes these they're so old It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
So these are so old that they've kind of, everything is sort of rubbed off. So sometimes it's a bit of a mystery. But back then, a lot of these were coming from Brown-Forman, and a number of those kind of bourbon distilleries. But it's a very good question, because nowadays, when I buy, when we put new make into cask, we're being very picky about the bourbon distilleries, because I have control over that now. But when I buy this kind of stock, I buy it when it's 10 or 12 years old or whatever, we just kind of let it ride. Sometimes for the older stock, we'll move it out and do a finish or something. But for a lot of this older stuff, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's wild turkey. First one is wild turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's about all I know about it.
Okay, that's good. So we have tasted now 3 single malts, and we can tell everybody they are really different. But I'm looking forward to working with them. Now we need to choose maybe a whiskey for the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sabina says she's happy to watching us, and she's enjoying a gale at home during watching us. That's cool.
That is cool. Very good. Yeah, we need to pick something for the kind of the core of it, the body of the body of the whiskey, like the main direction. And normally, if we did this in person, we wouldn't have to be so prescriptive about it, because we could experiment 1,000 times.
Yeah. But now I really have to think about.
Yeah. But we do this for the, for the gale, for example, that Sabine is drinking. We do this exact thing. We have a core vatting of 2002 and 2006 malt that makes up about 50% or sometimes more of the blend. And then what we do is we build the blend around that. So it's balancing whatever the flavor profile is we're going with, we're going to build it. We've also forgotten that we have the 1991 as well. Don't forget that. Yes,
but I think we just top with that.
We're going to do top dressing with that towards the end.
Yeah.
And it's very influential. That's the thing to remember.
Yeah.
It's very sherry, so it's going to give a lot of that kind of character. So we need to pick the core. So out of your notes, what are you thinking?
So I think I would pick up the 7368 as the main whiskey, because this tickling on the tongue and then some fruit notes, and then when we combine it with the notes of the the last one we tasted, I think that will work out very good.
Yeah. So 7368 as the baseline.
We just got from our viewers, from the description of the whiskey, I would prefer the whiskey 2 for the body. Yes, I am also. Very good. So number 2.
Yeah.
And shall we do are we doing 2 blends to try?
Yeah, definitely.
Shall we do?
I'm going to have to move the camera in a minute, but I'm going to pull a little bit more stock from each cask, just so we have enough to play with. And then what I'm going to do is move the camera. So give me 2 minutes.
Yes, that's fine. Was ihr da seht, ist übrigens genau da, wo auch sonst vor Ort Whisky geblendet wird. Also das ist heute kein Showroom oder so. Genau so wird es gemacht. Und ja, ich finde es toll, dass wir es wenigstens so online machen können und euch da so ein bisschen mitnehmen können. Und ich hoffe, es gefällt euch. Und wenn ihr weitere Fragen noch habt, immer gerne schreiben, Anmerkungen, was auch immer. Also das ist, glaube ich, so einzigartig, was wir heute hier machen. Ich glaube nicht, dass das so schon mal online passiert ist. Von daher, wenn ihr was wissen wollt. Oder wenn ihr auch sagt, hier von der Beschreibung so und so, würde sich das und das vielleicht gut anbieten. Immer her mit den Vorschlägen. Okay. So, dann könnt ihr jetzt noch mal schauen, wie das so aussieht. Stefan, yes, Bonders Blend number 4 will be released at our 10th anniversary in Fulda. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Can you see my head? That's what we need to try to do. No.
Yes. Let me. You are on the solo layout. No.
Okay.
Just wait a moment. We go now to this screen, and now go back.
Nope. Let me do this.
Okay. So Alex is asking how we do the quantity of each whiskey for the blend. We try.
So it's really simple. It is it's just this. It's like radiated cylinders. So it's like being back at school. So it's like a chemistry class. So we just use these to very kind of carefully measure small, a miniature version of the blend, really, in milliliters. So if I show you my book, for example.
Stefan, das können wir nicht machen.
So this is my blending book, and you know, it's a good question because all of the blends, they basically mean an equation. So there's a lot of kind of percentages and mathematics that goes on. So there's a lot of subtracting and dividing and working out, you know, milliliters, etc., etc. So it's just calculations is the quick answer, really.
And this is the part of this job I don't like because I'm not really good in math.
Yeah, this is hard. And then it gets harder when you scale it up, you know, because then you're dealing in liters and it gets pretty difficult. So we deal in milliliters first and we do a tiny version and then we take it up. Okay.
Yes, I will try a 50 milliliter version because otherwise I think my samples won't last.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the 7368 with 50%.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, hang on now. 1, 2. Yeah, that's this one. Okay, so actually I'm gonna do this.
Okay, so I do this here really small.
Yeah, we're gonna do a small one. Okay, so that's 50%, 7368.
Okay, we have a chemistry watching us. He is now in his element when we are doing.
Look at all of these things I have.
Yeah. And some would like to try now all the different blends we are doing. So, okay. So let's start 50%, 7368.
Yeah.
And then what?
So then why don't we try 25% of each of the other two?
No, we can't.
Like, let's say 24%.
Because we need the topping.
So, okay, let's say we have a 5% top, okay? So
yes.
push that to the side. So we have 45% left.
Yeah.
So let's say about 12.5. I'm just calculating. So we'll do 5% of the 1991, and then the rest, the other 45% will be made up of half and half of 6545 and 9389.
Yes. So
Does that
it would.
make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I'm just calculating on my small one now what I have to fill in. It
so
makes sense.
5% for the 91, and then half and half to make up 45%.
From the other ones. Yes. Yeah. So we do this. It is. Oh, yeah. That's. I just need to do 10 and 10, so that's fine. That's good.
Yeah,
okay.
If you do it in tens, that's the easiest way.
Yeah. Okay. Which percentage we will have. So we will do everything in cast strengths, and when we are ready, we will measure the ABV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some 1991, okay?
Yes, do that. And I will answer a question. Also, an die Mengen rantasten, ja. So it's just how you get the measures up then. So we will calculate in percentages. Yeah. Can I do this in German?
Afterwards, we go, you know, Bonders blend number 4 is 100%. So we just calculate, if we have a 500 milliliter bottle, for example, what is 50% of that or 25% of that? It's when you're scaling it up, it's down to ratios. So that's why we work in percentages, because then we can convert it to liters afterwards. Yeah. Yeah. There's no easy way to do this. Like, this is it. It's not, there's no like magic bullet.
No.
And it can go badly wrong. Like one time I did a blend and I made twice as much as I needed of it because I miscalculated. And I had to use it for something else, but it was a very expensive mistake that I made. So there's no other way to do it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I have now my base, and then I need to do the top dressing. Yeah, I'm gonna get my top dressing over here. Where's my whiskey tea? Give me 1 second. I'll just show you. It's over here. And where is it? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just grab that. Oh, it's true. You can see that, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the sherry cask, obviously. Yeah. Nope. Ja, Sabine, da konntet ihr das alle mal sehen. Das ist nämlich gar nicht so einfach, so gut zu machen. Also ich bin jetzt auch mal gespannt, was jetzt hierbei rauskommt. Okay, this is, look at this. Look at the color on this now. Yes. Look at that. There we go. Here, there we go. Yeah, great. That is 30-year-old sherry malt, basically. Yeah. So. And I can show the people, I have it here. There is 1991. Yeah. So this is actually one of my favorite casks.
Yes. So we top now 5%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So top 5%.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right, and now give it a good stir.
Yeah.
And normally what I do is I'll go like this, in and out.
This is a good idea because I missed something for stirring. This is a very good idea.
It just gives it a second in and out. Yeah. And it gives it a bit of air as well.
Yeah. So Ice Hockey God says he takes the rest of the sherry cask.
That is some of the rarest Irish whiskey on the planet, by the way. That stuff. Like that cask, I love this cask. Like it's a really wonderful kind of example of how delicate sherry can be, and it adds a huge punch to any blend. That's why we don't have to use a lot of it, because I think that cask is at about 48% on its own, and that's a lot. That's really high for 30-year-olds. You know, I have some 30-year-olds that are 42%. They're nearly dead. So that one really performs beautifully.
Yeah.
Now look at the color on this.
The color is nice.
Color is really nice. Now that sherry has given us really beautiful depth.
Yeah.
Color. Oh,
I like the nose. Eric says, "Oh my God, that 1991 malt is delicious." Eric knows that, yes.
Okay, I'm getting. Let me try it again.
Yeah, I need to think about it. The nose is really rich.
I'm getting a lot of the that piney citrus is coming through a lot for me in it from 6545. Definitely those lovely kind of fruits are there. The big bold fruits.
Where you really get is this. It's interesting. You get these green apples, but you also got lots of rich dark fruits. And in the back, nuts.
Yeah, those lovely nuts are there, almost like chocolate peanuts.
Yeah.
Pecans, sort of pecan pie kind of thing towards the end. That's that sherry influence kind of coming through.
I really like it on the nose. I just can smell it. I think when it gets a bit more air, it will be better.
I like it, but I like, you know, when we were tasting earlier, which one did we have? 7368 is the fruity guy, right? This guy.
7368 is fruit, and this also herbal and nuts.
Yeah, I think let's try, and I'll tell you why. Like, I was really enjoying this guy right here. 9389, right? 9389 had
a bit more food.
Yeah, there was a lot of structure to it as well, and I think I love this, but I don't love I get a lot of that pine that's coming through from 6545, right?
It's a bit too much.
Yes, it's too green, and then everything else is a lot kind of more rounded and fruity and dark and unctuous. So for some reason, that's kind of coming through, and it's not balancing for me, basically.
Yeah. So
we
need to change it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we reduce 6, 5, 4, 5. I think the base is perfect. We know we've got 5% of 91. So if we change up the ratio of 9389 and 6545. So we take down the green pine and we dial up the big bold fruit.
Yes. So then what do you think? Shall we reduce it for 10%? So if we do 15% of the green, the pine one, so the 6454, and do 30% of the 9389.
Yes.
So that we can
stay with our base and we have our 5% top. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's try that. I've run out of glasses. I gotta grab one over here.
Okay, so I just pour already my base. For all the other things I have to calculate.
Ask Eric where are all the glasses.
Eric, where are all the glasses?
I've got a beer glass.
A beer glass, okay. So I use now
50, 15, and 30. Okay.
Yes. So I have already the 50% of the base blend. Now I have to calculate.
Yeah.
Eric says
it's over there. I just have to watch this out. Okay.
Eric says they are in the shed. The glasses are all in the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 50% of our base. Let's do that first. Yeah, 50% of our base. Okay.
I really need to calculate now.
50% of our base, and then 15 of 654. Yeah.
I'm lost with the calculation. Oh no.
Okay, I just need to do the math on 9389 on 30%. Hang on. Okay. 15. All right. Okay. Percent. Okay. And 5% of 91. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now we blend, do this.
I need my top. Yes, I need a calculating assistant. That would be good, but I think I got it now.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. Okay. So we got another suggestion, but I think my samples are getting empty. I can't do again cast 2 with 60%. So hopefully this blend is good now.
It'll have to work.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wait for you.
Okay, I'm fine now. Okay. I think I got the right recipe. It smells very good.
This smells amazing. If we compare it to our other guy on the nose. So there is way more of that big, round, bold flavor going on already, like immediately.
So everybody's asking me for my math assistant. Yes. Everybody on TV has an assistant who prepares things like that. Yes, but not with us. We are live here.
Me neither.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, much bigger, rounder. I can get a lot more sense of, and I'm always chasing 1991 even on the nose, but like it's coming through. Yeah, it's definitely cutting through. That green is kind of has come off it.
Yeah. Oh, it smells very nice.
Beautiful, actually, isn't it?
Yes. And it, as much more air it gets, it's much more open up. Maybe
there's a lot of depth in that. Like you could nose that for an hour.
Definitely, definitely. Really good. Yeah.
Oh, lovely mouthfeel. Now we're getting that mouthfeel come through.
And it's very balanced.
Really big and round.
Yeah.
Nice little bit of cask influence. Loads of vanilla, burnt sugar. Those big sort of fruity, those big dark fruit tones are coming through in the middle.
It's like, I think I can also get a bit of a chocolate. So you have some bitter notes.
It's almost like eating a pie, you know? It's like getting the fruit for the pie, stewing it, baking it, covering it in sugar, adding in chocolate chips.
Yeah. This is really nice. I really, really like it.
This is really good. Should we check the ABV on this? See what it is?
Yes.
And let's maybe go back to the other guy for a second.
Yeah, I just tried the other one.
Yeah.
And it's not as full-bodied as the second. Okay, so we have, so Stefan has written, we just should do 50 bottles, 10 for myself, 40 for him. Then Andreas has written, no, he needs 3. Now Ice Hockey God says he needs 2. And Neil says his blends would be horrible because he's very bad in math. So welcome to my life. I always need to calculate. Very good on blending. Second one is much better.
Yeah, we're at about 51, nearly 52% technically, thereabouts. Oh no, hang on, it's gone crazy. Give me a second.
Yeah, it was 62.
About 51, 52%, I think.
Yeah.
It'll take me a half an hour to clear that, so.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
We are fine with that. So, I think I would go with this one. Maybe when I would be in the Rackhouse, I would try a third one, but I really, really like this one. No water, no water. I think we don't add water.
No.
No?
No, we leave it at 51 or 52. It's 51.70 is what it was showing, so about 52%.
Yeah.
I think we leave it there. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't taste like 52 cask strength at all. It's very well structured, and you know, it has a pleasing kind of finish to it. It's not hot at all. It's you know, the age of these malts is and that roundness of flavor as well takes away any of that, I think.
Yeah, no, you don't need water. And
no.
what's the nice thing? We both have now a big sample of it.
Yes.
And everybody has to wait. I really like it.
Yeah, that's really good. And it is, it's a world away from number one. And it's just that dialing back on that 6-5-4-5 and the kind of pine notes made a big difference, because it let everything else shine, and all that mouthfeel came back, and those big, bold, autumn fruit flavors came back as well. So I think when it comes to balance and layers of flavors, that's a really good example of what we go after. It's bringing out the best in all of those casks rather than letting one overpower. Yeah,
I think also this is really good, and I think it fits very well after bonus plant number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I think it's like a bit the adult one. So you have now a bit of these pine notes, you have dark fruit, but it's not just so fruity. It's like you got lots of different components, very complex. So Werner is asking, does the taste change significantly if you scale up?
No, not at all.
No.
So that's the kind of goal. I'm just going to sit down over here, maybe. I can answer questions. No, like the skill is to make sure that doesn't happen, basically. So my job now is to take that, and all I'll do is, if I take my book here, so we're going to make 500 milliliter bottles, which is 45 liters. So I know that I need 50% of 7368, which is going to be 22.5 liters. And then 6545, I need 50%, which would be about 6 or 7 liters, bulk liters. And then about 2 liters of the 1991 and 14 liters, I haven't done it exactly, 15 liters of 9389. And then when you do that, there's no reason that it shouldn't be pretty much the same, because it's not a huge, if it was 10,000 liters, then it's going to be very different. But 45 liters is not a huge blend. And what we'll do is we'll let it sit. When are we shipping this, Marika? We'll let it marry for a long time.
Yeah. We ship it in June.
Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll do this week probably, because it's only 45 liters. And then we'll just let it sit until, it gets bottled, and then, which will be several weeks down the line, and it should be almost exactly. And after this now, I'll do a bit of a bigger sample and put it in a little bottle, so that we can compare like for like when we're shipping. But at 45 liters, there'll be almost no change.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Tina has a very interesting comment. We need 1 bottle of the first one for September to compare it to the blend we can buy. So Tina, when you want to pay 1,500 euros for the first one, go get it and you can try it.
I think Stefan has some. I've seen it sitting in Stefan's display cabinet.
Do you remember last time when we were at Stefan, he had bonus plant number 2, the open bottle, and we compared it to number 3?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
Stefan, the only place in the world you can go to drink that is at Stefan's.
Yes, because I don't have an open bottle, and I won't open my only bottle. And Alex is asking, and the rest of the cask will be blended with four other whiskies. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be partially disgorging these, and then they'll get used in different blends as time goes on. So I think 9389. This will probably be the end of 9389. It's nearly finished, so we'll probably use it all up, and then the others, there's not that much left. So they'll get used in different blends as we go on, and they'll, you know, it's a flavor component, so they'll add something particular to the next blend. So that pine that we didn't want to come through with 6545, we might want that for some other blend. So we'll probably use more of it. So yeah, we discourage little bits at a time. I can show you my discouraging bucket. Let me show you my bucket. That's very important.
Ja. Also wie gerade gesagt, 4 bis 6 Wochen bleibt das stehen jetzt.
This is what we use for a blend like this. So this has a gradiated. So on the inside, it tells you how many liters. You can't really see it, but this can take like 12 liters. So when we're disgorging these casks, we'll use this. It's quite accurate, this thing. And we'll just be very precise on disgorging these and just do it all by hand.
Yeah, very good. And Tina was not meant to have the Wonders blend number 2. She meant the first blend we did today. No, this will be our secret.
Yeah, that's our secret.
This is our secret.
I much prefer the second one anyway.
Yeah, me too. But we can tell the people that we have been working behind the scenes at the second blend. The next cross release will be also coming this year, and we are really looking forward to this. This will be again in the tasting boxes for the Irish Whiskey Weekend in October. Yep,
we just got the cask for that today from our local brewery. So that's going to go into that cask this week, and we're going to monitor it very, very closely over the next few weeks to see how it gets on. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I tried already the beer, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah,
the cask is over there. It just came today there.
Really good.
My dad picked it up from the local brewery.
Yes, so everything handmade, family style, so very good. And but we can tell the people who are now interested in learning much more about whiskey bonding, because today we were just showing how to blend. In June, JJ Corry will be our monthly feature, and we will have a Zoom tasting together by the end of June. And we figured out already some very nice pairings, and Louise will tell you everything about whiskey bonding and what she's working on and what she's doing. So this will take place by the end of June. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it because we will do some nice things there. And yeah, so if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I think I got all the questions who were written here. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to Wonders blend number 4. And that this is very special to myself, and I'm really happy that we blended it live today because it will be for our 10th anniversary. So
that's right. So this is in honor of Irish Whiskey's 10th anniversary. Mark has done amazing work for Irish Whiskey over the last 10 years and continues to be the person that's building the category in Germany. So we're all very grateful to you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Working with you.
Yeah, so maybe we will be able to have you over in September, and then we can present it together. Maybe.
I'll come if I can, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, but who knows?
Who knows? Nobody knows. So,
who knows?
Stefan, we all cross our fingers that this will happen, and then we will release it live in Fulda, and all the people who were lucky enough to get a ticket for it can have the first taste of the Wonders blend number 4. Yeah. So, thank you very much, and
thank you, and thanks to everybody who came. This is the first time we've ever done this. So
yeah,
I think it's the first time anybody has ever done this. So probably. So
I think so
thank you
too.
for joining, and thanks, Marika, for having us. I'll get on blending this properly, scaling it up this week, and coming to you soon. 45 liters of these beautiful casks.
Yes, really nice. We're really looking forward to it. I think I will just enjoy my blend now, and thank you very much for all those who have been watching us, and for all those who were more often watching our streams and our Zoom tastings, on Wednesday, I will have a cocktail Zoom course with Julia Nurney. I'm really looking forward to that. We sold some tasting kits and she will show us how to make cocktails. So this will be very cool. And by the end of the month, we will have our Temple Bar tasting, where we have some food pairings. And then in June, we will have our JJ Corry Zoom tasting. So if you would like to join, all those Zoom tasting have just limited spaces. So don't wait too long to buy your slot to them. So we got lots of compliments. Thanks for the nice evening. It was great. This was a great first time. Thank you so much. Very good. So thank you very much, Louise, for joining and taking your time blending with myself live this great whiskey. And I hope to see you soon, maybe in real life.
Hopefully in real life.
Yes.
Hopefully in real life. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.